all your association again another time. Thank you very much.
Om Jnana Timirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I was not prepared for this. Sorry about this. But I would like to offer one or two reflections on my experiences here in this very heartwarming and loving and caring and cooperative yatra that has really been such a beautiful eye-opener to see how devotees can work together very nicely when there is good guidance, good leadership from the top, like His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj and all the other senior devotees who work so nicely with the same mood. They have a saying in the Christian Bible that I and my Father are one, which is often misunderstood. But the principle is that the Father and the children, they work with the same one idea to spread the family business. And seeing how this yatra has been so expertly and blissfully and cooperatively coordinated with such enthusiasm and eagerness and willingness of the devotees to all play their parts, I am truly humbled by such wonderful devotional mood amongst you all. And I'm deeply grateful to every single one of you, and not least your good self, Radhanath Maharaj, for kindly making something so wonderful in ISKCON that it makes me feel so glad to be part of this incredible society. I have not only observed that the cooks have delivered brilliant prasadam every time without fail to feed all of us in so nice way. It's pretty amazing and daunting that you can all just pull together like this with one accord. This is actually how the world can change. This is, in reality, an example for human life, working together for the one aim of pleasing the Supreme Lord and His representatives. Or should I say, their representatives, because here in Jagannath Puri, we keep finding so many extraordinary features of the Supreme Lord, and He's appearing as Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra. He's appearing as Gauranitai. He's manifesting Himself through so many devotees. He's appearing as Radha Krishna. And everywhere we go in Jagannath Puri, there's Krishna in so many ways, just around every corner. Somehow or other, if it's not just the names on the buses, it's all about Krishna. It's all about Jagannath. And that is something which is not yet possible to experience in the unfortunate world where I come from. So hopefully we can work with this spirit of helping each other bring Krishna to the forefront in our lives and work in a spirit of nice, loving appreciation of the other devotees and trying to develop more humility within ourselves. And in fact, I can say that a yatra like this is an excellent opportunity to develop humility, just seeing the contribution or the contributions of all the kind-hearted devotees who don't just have kind hearts, but they express the kindness of their hearts in their dealings with others, their smiles, their encouragement, their nurturing, their service. It's wonderful. So I would like to thank you all very much from the bottom of my heart for giving us this chance to experience this. Now, I wasn't exactly invited to come on this yatra. I feel more like a bit of a gate crasher. But nevertheless, the devotees who I spoke to, that when I said I'd like to come, they were immediately encouraging. So I thought, yes, I should come and be with my old friends and make so many new friends along the way. But I do have one regret, and that regret is that I wasn't able to contribute more to the whole mood and ethos of the yatra myself. I would like to have done more, so please forgive me for all my shortcomings and accept my grateful thanks for your wonderful, loving, kind mood, and may that stay with us all wherever we may be headed for as the yatra comes to a close. So again, thank you all, my wonderful God brothers and God sisters and nephews and nieces and so many varieties, the wonderful children who display such a nice, loving attitude and enthusiasm to dance and sing and share in the mood of their parents. It's really touching. So may we all take this and keep this nurtured nicely within our hearts and try our best to share it with others wherever we go. And may these yatras grow and grow, and take it that these yatras are more like punctuation marks in the journey of life, where we have to keep sharing and giving what Srila Prabhupada and all the predecessor acharyas have so kindly given to us, and try to offer something back in return so that we can make a genuine success of our human form of life. Thank you all very much indeed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Agyan Timirandasya Gyanajana Salakaya Chaksu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimakti Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudavani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastyatya De Satarine. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj ki, Samaveda Bhaktavinda ki jai. I think I changed my presentation of my talk every time I heard somebody else talk. So I'm going to try to focus on one of them. Savaipum Samparo Dhammo Yato bhakti ahoksaje, ahoituki apriyata yayatma suprasidhati. This verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, is a response to a question by the sages of Naimisharanya to Sutta Goswami, in which they ask, what is the ultimate good for people in general? And the answer was this verse, which is translated that the ultimate good is for the living entity to engage in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the characteristic of that devotional service must be unmotivated and without interruption. That is the nature of the soul's relationship with Krishna. Material life is an interruption of that relationship. And bringing back that relationship means coming to the stage of serving Krishna without personal desire for gain, and ultimately making that principle our only activity in life. These yatras are what we say accelerated, powerful, present ways to bring our consciousness up to that level. We see that in these yatras, practically all of the 9 devotional processes are being here. We're hearing, we're chanting, we're remembering, we're praying, we're worshiping, we're engaging in serving the lotus feet. Serving the lotus feet means coming to the holy places. We're engaging in various types of service. And ultimately on these yatras, we dedicate our time and energy to focusing on the programs that are given to us. And so we're surrendering everything. We want to carry that consciousness with us to whatever we do when we leave this. But as was mentioned by Rukmini in the very beginning, the yatra is never really ends, because devotional service doesn't really stop at any point. It accelerates in these types of programs, and that acceleration endears the heart, attracts the mind, and makes us want to engage more and more in that mood of unalloyed devotional service. I've been associating with His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj from the beginning of my practice in Krishna consciousness, and on these yatras, practically from the beginning when Maharaj began them, I believe in the early 90s. I joined a little bit later. It was towards the end of the 90s. And some of those yatras were 500, 600 devotees, 700. We went up to 1,000. And then as time went on, each year was increasing. But the service attitude, the mood of friendliness and care amongst the devotees, the attitude of surrender to whatever was needed in order to carry out the services, was there from the beginning. But the amazing part is as we were growing in numbers, and each year it's getting bigger and bigger. This year I think is the biggest. Almost 7,000 devotees. This is phenomenal. Now you can think, it's more or less quite, not easy, but more manageable to organize something with a smaller number. But as the numbers get bigger, then there is so many dynamics to bringing people into those services and in that mood. But one thing I've never saw, or I've always saw, that's a better word, is that the sweetness, the surrender, the mood, the devotion, as the devotees so nicely expressed from their own heart, their own personal experience in being cared for, and seeing how that was being extended to everyone, that was always there. And that is amazing. That is really amazing. And of course, Radhanath Maharaj sets the mood. Every night, he speaks for hours on the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, on the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And every one of us just becomes absorbed in hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, it attracts our mind and it brings us to the consciousness of pure devotional service. There is nothing higher than to hear and chant the glories of the Lord. This is actually our goal, because this is the consciousness of the pure soul, is to simply serve the Lord in pure devotional service. And that service is accentuated and enhanced by hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, which charms the heart and attracts our mind to serving the Lord and serving the Lord's devotee more and more. And so to come to this yatra is, like, for me, a regular thing. And I know each year when I try to make my schedule, the first thing I do is I contact Radhakund Prabhu and I say, where's the yatra? And it's only January, and it's still 9 months or 10 months to go yet. And so I pencil that into my schedule, and then everything else is either before or after that. So for me, it's something that I look forward to, because just to be with all of you is so endearing, because the mood that Maharaj sets and extends out to all the devotees and is reciprocated back by all of you is so sweet. And hearing the glories of the Lord is just an extra added sweetness that adds to the association of devotees here. I don't find that anywhere else. Even in some of the holy places we go to, I find there are so many wonderful things going on. But the sadhu sangha that is being, when we say, exuded by the devotees here is so wonderful. It's so wonderful, and it's just to be there just charms the heart. And then I think, yeah, this is really the spiritual world. Because this is how the residents of the spiritual world, this is how they treat each other, with respect, with love, with care, and with a desire to serve each other and serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So all I can do is, I also want to, mention what Tribhangana mentioned in his, that I didn't do enough service. I always feel like that. I would like to do more service, and sometimes I'm going to try to think how to do more service. But it's so hard because all of you are also serving so nicely. So it's always like everyone is serving everyone else so nicely that sometimes it's hard to find service to do. So we're just appreciating the service of all the devotees. And so I look forward coming to these yatras. But one thing I also wanted to say is that when we leave here, let's keep these memories alive. And the way to keep the memories alive is tell other persons about what you have experienced, your realizations here, what you heard in the lectures. In other words, keep the Krishna Katha, the Vaishnava Sangha mood when you leave, and then you can continue that mood of yatra wherever you go. And you'll find that devotees want to hear, or even people in general would like to hear, what was your experience when you went on the yatra? So actually you're doing a great service to others. The most regrettable thing in life I can think of is that at the end of life, when we have to somehow or other depart from this material world, we lament, I didn't do what I could have did. I wish I would have did more service. I wish I had took more time for Krishna consciousness. Please don't prepare yourself not to fall into that, what we say, situation. We want to give as much as we can at each and every moment, and that is devotional service. So thank you very much. I'm grateful for all your association. I'm not as grateful as I should be. I wish I was more grateful, but I know something wonderful is here, and I'm feeling the happiness of all of your association. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Goragaganyagana gotra goloruharam Goranga gudachama gopyada kopa briksham Gopala gada ratidam yati singha gora Govinda deshi kavaram satatam namami Gurave Gurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannataya Te Namaha Vanchakopadarubhischa Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I'm feeling very shy sitting here on the stage with all these very exalted devotees. I would like to start with a little prayer which was composed by Srila Vishwanath. I've already talked with it, nicely describes our situation here. Hey Bhakta Dvarayam Chanchad Valari Rutivo Manak Prasadam Labatam Yasmad Visishtasveva Natati. Oh my dear devotees, this creature is standing at your door, wagging his tail and barking. Please give him a little prasadam so that I can become the best of dogs and have the most worthy master. My Guru Maharaj, he sometimes used to say, he used to raise a question, what is ISKCON? A very simple answer, right? He would say, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And then he would ask a question, so who's really a member? And he would say, someone who's Krishna conscious. And in one such occasion, in a big group of devotees, a few hundred devotees, he pointed at me and he said, Madhavananda not yet joined. So sometimes people ask me, when did you join ISKCON? I say, well, I'd like to. We live here in the Dham. We come to the Dham. But sometimes it's a little hard to enter into the Dham. We see strange things, people doing things which are not very nice. We smell bad smells. And it's a little hard to enter into the Dham. So we enter the Dham in the association of the devotees. In the Brihan Naradiya Purana, there's a nice verse. Sakyam sapapadinam shat ityahur dharma kobida. Those persons who are dharma kobida, who know the principles of dharma, they say that friendship is established just by walking 7 steps or exchanging 7 words with someone. Satam sapta padi maitri satsadam ti padi tata. Satsatam apiye santastesham maitri pade pade. And if someone is a saintly person, then just walking 3 steps with that person, exchanging 3 words with them, that person becomes your friend. But if that person is a Santa, a very peaceful and wonderful Vaishnava, then every step you take with them, every word you exchange with them establishes friendship. So I've been staying here in Orissa, in the Dham, for 25 years. But I'm still trying to become a member of ISKCON. I'm still trying to enter into the Dham. And when I come to a program like this, I'm feel very, very blessed because at least for a few days, I'm able to enter into this Dham. The Skanda Purana describes that Rahasya Metat Paramam Vishnu Stanam Anutamam. This place is a very, very confidential place. Very difficult place to enter into. What is the nature of this Dham? It's very confusing. We know that Vrindavan Dham is Madhurja Moyi Dham. It's a place of sweetness. Navadvip Dham is Odarja Moyi Dham. It's a place of kindness and mercy. So then what is Jagannath Puri? Srila Sanatana Goswami describes in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Shri Krishna Devasya Sada Priham Tat Yatashiti Su Mathura Tataiva Tat Paramaishvarya Bara Prakasha Lokanusari Vyavahara Ramyam. That just as Mathura, Brajmandala, is very dear to Krishna, so also is Jagannath Puri, very dear to the Lord. And what is the nature of this place? He says, Tat Paramaishvarya Bara Prakasha. Here in this place, the greatest opulence is manifested. He says, but Lokanusari Vyavahara Ramyam. There's also sweetness in this place. My revered spiritual master used to say that Jagannath Puri Dham has three qualities. There's great opulence, but there's also great mercy. Here in Jagannath Puri, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is known as Gajapati Tarana because he delivered Maharaj Prataparudra, the Gajapati or king of Puri. He's known as Sarvabhauma Shodhana, the personality who purified Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So this is a place of great mercy. And today we were speaking something about the origin of Patit Pavan Jagannath. But this is also a place of great sweetness. Here in this place, we have the Gambhira. We have Jagannath, who wears his Bada Shringara Besh, his dress of the great Shringara Ras every evening, part of which is called the Gita Govinda Kandua, a sari which has words written on it from Jayadev Goswami's Gita Govinda. Such a very mysterious place. Rahasya Metat Paramam Vishnu. Very, very Rahasya. So how can we enter into this place? How can we become a member? Somehow by the merciful association of the Vaishnavas. Otherwise, hey Bhakta Dwarayam Chanchad, I'm just a dog standing at the doorway, barking, making some noise. But by association with the Vaishnavas, then we can realize all three qualities of this Dham. In our society, we have great opulence, we have great temples and lots of money and lots of members, all of which are qualities of opulence. We also have great mercy. There's so many people coming to Krishna consciousness. And there's also great sweetness. But that sweetness can only be understood in the association with devotees. The 11th canto of the Bhagavatam describes Parasparanu Katanam Pavanam Bhagavadyasa. We should learn how to associate with devotees. And we do that by coming together and hearing and chanting about Krishna. The Sattvata Tantra describes Hari Lila Sutochara Pareshi Satatam Tvayakarya Pritistava Hare Yata Bhakti Nanashyati. If you want to protect your bhakti, Yata Bhakti, so you don't fall down, and the secret is we should learn to love devotees. And how do we love devotees? Hari Lila Sutochara, by hearing Krishna Katha. By hearing this Krishna Katha, we see the Dham, Shiteksita Pato. We see the Dham through our ears. And so I feel so very fortunate to have been a humble part of this meeting of Vaishnavas and have gotten some chance to hear every day from Srila Radhanath Maharaj and associate with all the Vaishnavas. And through this association, I think I've gotten a little glimpse of the Dham. And I have some hope that I can become a member. It's been such a wonderful yatra. We've walked so many steps together. We've exchanged so many words together. And deep friendships have formed. And now there's another stage of our yatra. And it's about to close. And if you come here tomorrow morning, I don't know, 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, you'll find something which is very, very depressing. You'll find all the devotees are gone. There's no kirtan going on. There's no Krishna Katha. And you'll find people taking down the big tent. They're removing everything. It's a little depressing, isn't it? And oftentimes when we're faced at this time, we have an idea, at least I often think, wouldn't it be nice if the festival never stopped? And the tents never come down, the kitchen never goes away, and we just always stay here? What do you think? But I thought a little deeper about that, and I realized, no, the festival has to stop. Because if the festival doesn't stop, then how will we experience the feelings of separation? My Guru Maharaj used to say, if there's only union, then love will die an untimely death. So we have to take the tents down. We have to go home. We have to say goodbye. Although, as Mataji was saying in French, we don't like to say goodbye. When I first came to Orissa, I found some of the devotees, when they were leaving, they would say, Prabhuji, I'm just now coming. I'm an English editor, so please forgive me. I would say, you don't understand proper English. When you're leaving the room, you say, I'm going. When you're coming into the room, you say, I'm coming. And they looked at me and they said, no, you don't understand. We don't like to say that we're leaving. And so when we're leaving, we say, I'm just now coming. And that's the end of the festival. Because if there is no end of the festival, then the festival will become the norm, and it won't be a festival anymore. But when we all go home and when we cry, we feel very bad. We miss Radhanath Maharaj's wonderful pravachans. We miss Chandramauli Maharaj's ecstatic dancing and the happy faces of all the devotees. And we see the tents coming down and we feel so very sad. That sadness creates a kind of fire in our heart, which prepares us for the next yatra. So I want to thank all of you so very much for letting this dog stand at your doorway and throwing me a little prasadam. And I have hopes that in your association and through hearing the Krishna Katha of Radhanath Maharaj, that one day maybe I can actually join this society. Thank you very much.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Thanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. My special gratitude to my worshipable God brothers and God sisters for their kind and gracious presence. We've been speaking about the living example and teachings of Lord Chaitanya. In each exchange between Lord Chaitanya and his devotees, we find the sweetest of all manifestations of love, affection, in the form of everyone feeling themselves the servant of each other. No one puts themselves in the center. We're told that there could be true peace, true happiness in our own hearts, among our families, our friends, the society, the world, and all living beings, when we put Krishna in the center. But here in Jagannath Puri, we find Krishna in the form of Lord Chaitanya is putting each and every one of his devotees in the center. The message, if we actually want to put Krishna in the center, then we need to put all the devotees in the center, because that's what pleases Krishna. But the only way we could do that is we have to take ourself out of the center. Gopi Bhartur Padakamalayora Das 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 Anudas. This yatra and all other yatras we've had is based on this principle of serving devotees. Do you know when the organization, management, and sacrifices begins for next Kartik Yatra? Tomorrow. Even I am struck with wonder to see what devotees could do without expecting anything in return if they're enthused, if they want to serve. The organization of the yatra, organizing all these buses, the accommodations of the various guest houses, dharamshalas, hotels, the organization of all the logistics of where devotees would be going, how the devotees are going to be divided up, the places of pilgrimage, the sound system, the stage, the construction of the pandal. We're eating prasad, but it takes months and months of planning to bring all the pots here in trucks from Mumbai, and buying all the bhoga, and planning out all the menus, and cooking and serving, and overseeing how all these different departments are serving together. And I can tell you, of all these different aspects of extremely hard work, dedication, and sacrifice, mostly by people who are fully engaged with major responsibilities, either overseeing entire projects or working in business and maintaining families, children. Not a single Sevite expects even 1 rupee of payment. All the volunteer is for free. It's out of love. The payment to see the people who come happy. Happy with each other, happy with Krishna consciousness. And each and every one of you, some of you have sponsored prasad so that the yatra is affordable to literally everyone. And come from so many different places, faraway places from all over the world, taken time out of your work and chosen to be here, and chosen to be enthusiastic to hear about Krishna and chant Krishna's holy names. I would like to speak the names of the devotees who have given their lives for the last year selflessly to make this yatra possible. But there's so many names, dozens and dozens and dozens. And I fear if I name some, I will not name others. But for all of you devotees, you know who you are. And I know who they are. They don't want pride, they don't want prestige, they don't even want credit. If you try to thank them, they'll become very humble and give the credit to someone else. And that's the spirit that awakens the true experience of a holy dham. As Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur explained, do not try to seek Krishna. Try to serve Krishna with such love, devotion, that Krishna is pleased to see you. Krishna expands himself. Sri Radharani expands her divine energy. Lord Balaramji manifests the holy dhams. We can't see Vrindavan, Mayapur, Jagannath Puri with our eyes. But when there is a truly selfless will to please Krishna through our service to his devotees, then and then only does Krishna reveal to us the experience of the holy dham. Nasta prayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavati sevaya. Bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. Srila Prabhupada explains it in this way, that we can only understand the book Bhagavatam when we render service to the person Bhagavatams. Through our service attitude, through our great determination to help other devotees taste Krishna more and more, Krishna gives us a taste for hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita. It is by such service that Krishna will reveal the true taste of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. The happiness of these pilgrimages are inspired by the devotees who are really trying to make each other happy. If we're thinking about our own happiness, we'll be pretty miserable. Or there won't be much of a spiritual taste. But when we're trying to make all others happy, Krishna gives us true happiness. The least we want happiness and we want to serve, the higher the happiness Krishna gives us. And I see that it is through this type of seva and sacrifice that these yatras are possible. And the devotees who work so hard, hundreds of devotees, they look forward all year to do it. They're standing in line to have the services that they can get, because there's no higher taste than service to the Vaishnavas. Whenever Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would begin the experience of vipralamba, or separation from devotees, he gave the same simple message. When he was about to take sannyas in Navadvip, he told everyone, continue what you're doing. Be at home, but chant the holy names constantly. Hear about Krishna. Worship Krishna. Krishna is your true wealth. And serve the Vaishnavas. When Lord Chaitanya was traveling in South India to the Kurma Brahmin, he came to his house for a day and then he was leaving. He said, I'll always be with you. You will feel my presence constantly if you always chant the holy names of Krishna and you share this Krishna consciousness with others. And that was Lord Chaitanya's message everywhere in South India, whoever he met, even for a few moments, chant the holy names and share Krishna's love with others. And every year in Puri, when the devotees would be going to their respective homes, he gave the same message every year. And it was sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. Chant the names of Krishna, hear about Krishna, serve Krishna, and serve his devotees, and share this message with others. Madhvananda Prabhu, he spoke everything I'm trying to say and everything I've just said in one line. Just now coming. Krishna's just now coming for all of us by Srila Prabhupada's mercy. In giving, we receive. When Srila Prabhupada told us you can show your love for me by how you cooperate to sustain and spread this mission. Real cooperation, as Lord Chaitanya taught, as Prabhupada expected, is when we really care about each other. When we treat each other with love to inspire one another. to be more and more enthusiastic to hear and chant the glories of the Lord throughout our entire lives. That's why we have these yatras, to inspire that dedication, that commitment. I'm just looking out at the sea, and I'm remembering how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Haridas Thakur prayed to him that I am the lowest of men, my body is condemned, my activities are abominable, but still you have accepted me as your servant, therefore you have lifted me to Vaikuntha. Although I'm untouchable in every way, by your arrangement, you gave me the highest honors at Sri Advaita Prabhu Shraddha ceremony. I have but one desire in my heart. I feel that very soon you will enact the closing chapter of your pastimes in this earth. I do not want to see that final chapter. Let my body fall at your lotus feet, holding your feet to my heart, with my eyes gazing upon your beautiful moon-like face, chanting your name, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Allow me to give up my life. Lord Chaitanya, he said, Haridas, all my happiness in this world is only because of your association. Why do you want to leave and do this to me? Haridas responded, why are you creating this illusion, my Lord? If an insect dies, what is the loss to the universe? There are thousands and thousands of devotees fit to sit on top of my head. I am the least amongst all your servants. What have I done? You're the independent Lord of all lords. Please fulfill my wish. The next day at Siddhabakula, Lord Chaitanya came with his most close associates. Lord Chaitanya asked Haridas, how are you? What is the news? Haridas said, whatever is your mercy. All the devotees gathered in a circle around Haridas Thakur, loudly chanting the holy names. Haridas took the dust of the feet of every Vaishnava and placed it on top of his head. Then with Lord Chaitanya's permission, he lay down in front of him. He clasped Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet and pressed to his heart. He looked up at the beautiful moon-like face of Lord Chaitanya, and tears were pouring from his eyes as he cried out, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And he gave up his life. The devotees were thinking, this is the pastime of Bhishma, by his own will. Lord Chaitanya was so emotional. He lifted Haridas's body, put it on his lap, and carrying the body of Haridas Thakur, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ecstatically danced. He danced and danced throughout the courtyard of Siddhabakula. And as devotees saw the love of the Lord for his devotees, the kirtan tumultuously resounded throughout the entire universe. Swarup Damodar Goswami organized to put Haridas Thakur's body on a wonderful, it looked like an airship, Srila Prabhupada translates. And they had a procession. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu led the procession, loudly chanting and dancing and crying in ecstasy and separation and celebration for Haridas Thakur. When they came to the ocean, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally bathed the body of Haridas, and all the devotees drank the water that washed his feet. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proclaimed for all time, because this sea has bathed the holy body of Haridas Thakur, it is forevermore a sacred place of pilgrimage. A hole was made in the sand. Haridas' body was lowered. They put Jagannath's prasad. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally, along with each devotee, put sand over the body of Haridas. Then they erected a platform, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with all the devotees, blissfully, while crying in separation, circumambulated again and again and again the samadhi of Haridas, while chanting the holy names. Then Lord Chaitanya went to the town of Puri, near the Singadwaram of Jagannath's temple, and in the mood of a humble beggar, he held out his cloth and went to each and every shop and cried out with such sincerity, "I'm begging for some prasad to hold a festival and a feast in honor of Haridas Thakur." And each shopkeeper was so excited to see Lord Chaitanya in this mood, begging on behalf to glorify his devotee. They were bringing big baskets. Swarup Damodar Goswami said to Lord Chaitanya, "No one will eat until you eat. Please sit." He said, "Just bring each shopkeeper a few palmfuls." Lord Chaitanya organized all the devotees, the pilgrims, to sit down for prasad distribution, and he himself was distributing. And in his enthusiastic to glorify Haridas Thakur in this festival, his hand would hold no less than what 5 men could eat. No one would eat before him. But while he was sitting there eating with the other sannyasis, he was telling each server what to give each devotee who was taking prasad. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu kept saying, "Eat more, eat more." And everyone was filled to their neck. Please understand, what is this festival? The whole meditation of it all was to please Lord Chaitanya. And what pleases Lord Chaitanya? When we honor, when we appreciate, when we glorify those devotees who love him. Haridas Thakur. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ended this incredible festival with a benediction to everyone. They were so pleased to hear it. He said, "By Krishna's mercy, he has given me the association of Haridas Thakur. And now by his own independent will, he has taken that association away. Haridas Thakur is the crown jewel of Brahma's entire creation. And then he invited everyone to loudly proclaim, Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. He was glorifying Haridas as if he had 5 mouths. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami tells this story because he wants us to understand how the Lord loves his devotees. Haridas Thakur was directly a servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But anyone who's sincerely trying to make spiritual advancement, following Srila Prabhupada's instructions, are a servant of the servant of the servant of Haridas Thakur. We're all servants of the servants if we're striving. And that's the way we should see each other. To actually get a real taste for hearing and relishing and realizing Hari Katha and Hari Kirtan, we must first, and it's not an option, you cannot skip over it, because there's never been a case that has ever been in our history. We must approach by humbling our hearts to truly appreciate the opportunity to be a servant of the servant, to serve for the Vaishnavas, and together to spread this mission. From Jagannath Puri, the holy name will resound to every town and village of the world. And each one of us has the opportunity now to return to wherever we're going and be an instrument of that grace. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Srila Prabhupada, he compared Lord Chaitanya to the rising golden moon, spreading the rays of love of God throughout the universe. Srila Prabhupada, he gave us the chance, each of us, to be those rays, helping Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grace to spread everywhere. On behalf of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, I wish to thank each and every one of you for giving so much of your lives to help in the mission of His love, His compassion. And I pray with all my heart that Srila Prabhupada and all of our acharyas, Panchatattva, Jagannath Baladev, Subhadra, Radha, Gopinath, all their mercy and blessings shower upon you to protect you, to enlighten you, to empower you, to be happy, make each other happy, and help the world to find the true happiness of Krishna. Thank you very much.
His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj Ki.
Actually, I'm sorry, but I have a message. I have an airplane that I must leave by 5:30 to catch. So, what I request is I'll start a kirtan, because we should always begin and end everything with kirtan. And after I begin, Swarup Damodar Prabhu and others will continue the kirtan, and I will, as indiscreetly as possible, go to the airport. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, there are buses which will take you to the airport as well as the railway station. Can you kindly put those things on the screens here? Please watch the screens, note down the timings. कल आपको यहाँ से भुवनेश्वर रेलवे स्टेशन और भुवनेश्वर एयरपोर्ट के लिए बसेस निकलेगी, उसका टाइमिंग अभी आप स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं. We also have a feedback form which is sent to you by email as well as WhatsApp. Please respond. यात्रा के बारे में फीडबैक, आपका राय जानने के लिए ईमेल और व्हाट्सएप पे आपको फॉर्म भेजा गया है. कृपया भर के उसको हमको वापस भेज दीजिए. हरे कृष्ण.
Vishnupadaya Vishnupristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Asatyade Satharine Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Nithai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nithai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Shri Jagannath Swami ki, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki, Shri Shri Jagannath Puri Kartik Yatra Mahamahotsav ki,
His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Kalyug Pavan Shri Hari Naam Sankirtan ki, Nithai Gaur Premanande.
Deva moksham na moksham vadinva Nachanyam vrineham varishadapiha Idam deva purnatha gopala balam saramena nasya virastanti manye purnatha gopala balam saramena nasya virastanti manye Idam te mukham bodham matyantamile Bhutam kuntala snigdhai raktashta gopya Muhushchum vitam bimbaratadharam me Manasya virastam malam lakshalave Namo Devadamodarananta Vishnu Prasida Prabodhuka Jalabdimagna Kripa drishti vishyati nambatamu Grihamisha mamagnam medyakshidishya Kuviratnajo bhattamudeva yatra Tvaya mochito bhakti vajo kritocha तथा प्रेम भक्ति स्वतमे प्रयच्छा नमो क्षीरवो मे स्थिरमोदरे Namaste Sudamne Spuraditidamne Tvadiyo Jaraya Tvavishwasya Damne Namo Radhikaya Kadiya Pujaya Namo Namo Radhikaya Kadiya Priyaya Namo Nandanilaya Divaya Tobhya Namo Radhikaya Namo Radhikaya Kadiya Priyaya Namo Nandanilaya Divaya Tobhya Namo Radhikaya Kadiya Priyaya Namo Nandanilaya Divaya Tobhya Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Jayo Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe Jayo Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe Radha Damodara Jayo Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe Jayo Jayo Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jayo Gurudev 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 Jayo Jayo Gurudev 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 Nitai Gora Divo La Divo La Divo La Divo Nitai Gora Divo La Divo La Divo